Hello there, fellow duelists. This is Mewtwo Overkill here, and this is going to be a deck profile. It's going to be a rather fun deck profile. Um, with the Orichalcos challenge. I did make some changes to the deck. I actually went back to running an older build. So there's not like the CXC's cards in here because that card was pretty crazy. There is banned stuff in here, but that's just because I wanted to run an older build. The deck is not totally unbeatable, contrary to popular belief. I've played this exact deck against people, and I have lost. So it is possible to beat the Seal of Orichalcos deck. So without further ado, let's get into the deck. We have double Torguide, of course. And then we have Sangan. Generic good cards. Sangan. I need Sangan and Witch to search my much needed key cards like Kutora and Gygus. And one Magician of Faith to get back my much needed spell cards, of course. Okay, now for the fun cards. We have Gygus here, and whenever Gygus is destroyed by battle or effect, he comes back 500 points stronger immediately. So this card is retarded because you can just keep smashing into your opponent's bigger monsters and then eventually run them over. But his drawback is that I can't draw if I use his effect on my opponent's turn. I have to skip my next draw phase. And then we play double Kutora. Best card in the deck aside from the seal itself. I pay 500 life points to special summon it from my hand, and then while it's on the field, all battle damage I take is reduced to 0. And then if Kutora dies, I get Shuneros. Shuneros' attack is equal to how much ever damage that Kutora negated while it was on the field. And then when Shuneros comes out, I also get his Arms of Awesomeness, Dexia, and Aristeros. Orichalcos Dexia is always 300 points higher than the monster it's attacking, and Orichalcos Aristeros is always 300 more defense than the monster that it's being attacked by. So when you have the Seal of Orichalcos on the field, you put your monsters in your back row, so you go back, so you hide Shuneros in the back, and then you put Dexia and Aristeros up front, and they can't attack this until they somehow get past these, so it creates a lock. This is called the Seal Formation. And if Shuneros does not exist on the field, these are the arms are also destroyed as well. And then when Shuneros dies, we get the Divine Serpent. This card defies all the logic of this game on crack. It has infinite attack and defense. When it is summoned, I have to send all my hand to the graveyard, and then my life points drop to 0. See, 0. However, as long as this card's on the field, I stay in the game. It bypasses win conditions, which is crazy. Even if like my opponent's using Final Countdown, if this is on the field, I can't lose, basically, to anything. Now, saying that, this guy is OP, but there's still ways you can get rid of him. You can use Effect Veiler, or and you can still destroy him with Spell and Trap cards if I don't have the third layer of the seal out. Then the last card in the monster, we have Mirror Knight Calling. It's the ritual monster, has to be summoned by Orichalcos Mirror, and then when it's summoned, I get 4 of the Mirror Knight tokens. And the thing with the tokens is that they each come in with a counter, and in order to destroy them, you have to destroy their counter first, and while they have a counter, if they battle a monster, their attack becomes equal to the monster they're battling. So yeah, that's cool. And the card's pretty good. And also, if Mirror Knight Calling's on the field, once per turn I can replace the shields on tokens that have lost their shield. Now for the spells, best card in the deck, hands down, the Seal of Orichalcos. let's see, what can I do with this card? If it's in my hand, I can discard it as a spell speed 4 to negate and destroy any card. If I play it as a field spell, all monsters I control gain 500 attack. I can use my spell and trap card zones as monster cards. You can't attack monster in the back unless the front row is empty. And I can only take your soul while this is on the field. And then we have the second layer, Deuteros. You overlay it over the first seal, and then I gain 500 life points for each monster I control once per turn. That's pretty much all this piece of crap does. Then we have the third seal where things get crazy. I overlay it over the first seal, and then it adds the effect that if my opponent would activate a spell or trap card that would do anything to my monsters on the field, I can negate that spell or trap and destroy it. Then I run 2 terraformings. Since we're running a lot of field cards, gotta search those seals. Very good. Then we have Chosen Destiny. It's another search card. I pay 1,000 life points, and then I can either destroy an Orichalcos card on the field, ignoring any effects that would stop it from being destroyed. So if I'm about to lose, I can drop this and destroy the seal, so I don't have to lose a soul. Or I can add 1 Orichalcos card from my deck to my hand. So that works. And then we have 1 Orichalcos Eye, which is basically like a continuous Chosen Destiny. Once per turn, I can pay 1,000 life points to pull an Orichalcos card from my deck or my graveyard to my hand. Then we got much needed draw power. Surprise, guys. These cards are good. Card of Demise. This card can be really bad, but it can also be really good. Depends on the situation in which you use it. But I draw until I have 5 in my hand. Then on the 5th standby phase, on my turn, after I've activated this card, I have to lose my entire hand. And then we have, probably, I would say, the second best spell in the deck, Double Nibelung's Treasure. I choose 1 spell card in my deck, and then it activates on my opponent's side of the field. But the conditions, in order for that spell card to activate, I have to, the conditions have to be right. Also, if the card has any cost to activate it, since it's activating on my opponent's side of the field, they pay the cost. Then afterward, I draw 5 cards from my deck. It's the draw 5 cards part that's really ridiculous. I understand. But the ability to Dark Hole my opponent and then execute my much-needed crucial plays is kind of necessary. So yeah, 2 treasure, no more, no less. Monster Destruction, we have Dark Hole. And then we have Illusion Gate. This was used in GX by one of the Shadow Riders. I think it was the vampire chick. What this does is it destroys all monsters on my opponent's side of the field. Then I can take their strongest monster in their graveyard and special summon it to my side of the field, and it ignores summoning conditions. So if like you milled Blackluster or JD, I can take it. But at the end of the turn, I use this card. My life points are reduced by 90%. So this is a card you really. This is kind of like a last-ditch effort, and also you can still negate this card, which So it's a busted card, but it does have a huge drawback. So I only use it when I absolutely need to. Then Back Row Destruction, Heavy Storm, Feather Duster. Shouldn't have to explain what those do. And then Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn. I actually find myself not using Monster Reborn that often, because there's not really anything in my graveyard I want to reborn. Monster Reborn, I like bringing back Kutora, because Kutora is, semi-Nami. If you, fulfill its summoning conditions correctly the first time, then you can summon it back by other stuff. This card's pretty cool. This is, Mischief of the Time Goddess. What this does is immediately ends the current turn. Then it skips directly to the battle phase of my next turn. So, like, say I attack, then I go main phase 2, Time Goddess, I can attack you again. Then, 1 Orichalcos Mirror. This is the ritual spell card, required for Mirror Night Calling. Then for traps, we got 1 Crush card. This card is retarded because I can use my Orichalcos tokens to summon it. Or not summon it, activate it. And then This card just is really stupid stuff. This card is just really dumb. Actually, I think all the virus cards are really dumb. I think, like, every virus card should actually be banned. I think, actually, every virus card is ban-worthy because they just suppress your opponent. But if I'm going against Dragon Rulers, this really doesn't do anything. So, Ring of Destruction. This card, it can tie games if need be. Otherwise, it's just in here as a good chainable card. You can pretty much chain this card to anything, blow up a monster, and deal damage. And it's really funny when I blow up Divine Serpent. Both take infinite damage and the game ends in a draw. Torrential Tribute, because it's Torrential Tribute. And then this card's really fun. It's Prophecy. While my opponent is attempting to summon a monster, without looking at that card, I flip this up. And then I guess if that monster's attack is going to be above 2,000, equal to 2,000, or below the 2,000, if I guess right, their monster summoning is negated, and then that card is added to my hand. So if it's an Xyz or a Synchro monster, and I guess right, it goes to my extra deck. Then for my, that's the main deck, and then for my extra deck, we have 1 Zen Mines, Leviair, Giga Brilliant, Leviathan Dragon, and then, this is my trump card, Pinkie Pie, because I wanted to have a unique card that adds my own special touch to this deck. Since I am a brony, I decided to use this, and sorry about her effect is going to remain a mystery for this video, but when you get the chance to face this, you can see what she does. She's pretty insane. I think I've explained her effect in my other videos. So, Steelstorm Roach, Shockmaster because it's Shockmaster, Utopia because it's generic, and then Rainbow Dash is my other Trump pony card. She does things, very good things. And then 1 Crazy Box. And then, technically the last 3 monsters of the extra deck, I run 3 Orichalcos Dragons. I don't Xyz as often as I do in my newer build, but I still have this in here just in case I can. It's basically just plan B. But what it does, it's a 3,000 attack Orichalcos Eye, pretty much. Requires 2 Orichalcos monsters, level 4, and then once per turn you can detach a material to add an Orichalcos card from your deck or your graveyard to your hand. Then these are technically the last 2 cards in the extra deck, but I just put them in here for filler because I can't really make them since they're rank 8s, but they're just in here just for filler. We have Nightmare Moon and Princess Celestia. I'm not going to explain what these do because I'm probably never going to make them. But if I do somehow, you can see what they do. And then the thing of the Orichalcos challenge is that I also had to make it harder by adding the ban stuff because I have prize packs that I will give to the winners. The prize packs are first win, first serve. You get to pick one of these 2 prize packs, and I'll just go through them quickly. They each have different cards in them, but you basically can build your own Orichalcos deck around these. So we got 3 Orichalcos Soldier, number 1. 1 Orichalcos Malevolence. If you want to know what any of these cards do, you can just ask me in the comments, because I don't want to make this video too long. We have Gygus, 3 Qutora, one of them's alternate artwork. Shuneros, Dexia, and Aristeros. The Divine Serpent. Orichalcos Rescue Rabbit to make your soldiers into Xyz cards. Then this one, I threw this in here as kind of a bonus. It's the Dark Synchro version of 100 Eyes Dragon. Then we have the Seal of Orichalcos, as it was pictured in the original anime with the runes. And then you get 2 Seal of Orichalcos. They have the same effect as mine. 1 Deuteros, 1 Tritos. And then your seals will be able to evolve to Orichalcos Chimedare and then Orichalcos Galaxy. And you get 1 Chosen Destiny, 1 Enchanted Sword of Nothung, 1 Anime Style Dark Hole, 1 Allure of Darkness, 1 Nibelung's Ring, 1 Nibelung's Treasure, 1 Pure Orichalcos, 1 Butterfly Charm, 1 Obligatory Summon, 1 Pillager, 1 Doppelganger, 3 Dark Bribes, then 2 Orichalcos stones. If you want to know, remember, if you want to know what any of these cards do in the prize packs, just ask me in the comments, because I don't want to explain everything and make this video so long. Then for the other prize pack, we have 3 Orichalcos Soldier number 1, Malevolence, Gygus, Double Qtora, Shuneros, Dexia, Aristros, Divine Serpent, Orichalcos Rescue Rabbit. This one comes with the double Mirror Knight Calling. Then it also has 100-Eye Dragon, Anime Style Seal, 2 regular seals, Deuteros, Tritos, your seal will evolve into Telikos, Double Terraforming, Orichalcos Eye, Chancellor of Nothung, Back into Darkness, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Impact Revive, Card Destruction, Time Goddess, Obligatory Summon, Butterfly Charm, Orichalcos Mirror, Torrential, and Orichalcos Stone. And the rules of the challenge are advanced format only for you. You have to play in advanced format. And then no troll decks, like no burn stall or nothing. And custom cards are welcome. I will allow banned cards with certain exceptions, like if I'm dueling against like a character deck. And custom cards, your custom cards are welcome, but only if they're not like on Chuck Norris power level. But if you do beat me with a custom Orica deck or a banned deck, your prize will be reduced to one of any of these cards. So if you beat me with a custom deck or a banned deck, you only get your pick of one of these. Variety of different types of Seal of Orichalcos, or you can take the Golden Castle of Stromberg. So yeah, this is the Orichalcos challenge presented to you by yours truly. There is a side deck for this, but it's not really that important because usually the game is a 1 out of 1 single match. So yeah, this is Mutual Overkill. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I look forward to your challenges. See you all later. Goodbye.